Okay. We are over on the west side of the house. The reason why it's so shady is because we got the other house next door to us. It's a cut and fill lot. So they cut the dirt, they flip it over onto the other lot. Cut the dirt and flip it over onto the other lot. So everybody gets a level house, and we all get these little retaining walls. Now these retaining walls, as a general rule, they might belong to the community. They might be part of the HOA. But if they're not, the rule of thumb, not the rule, is that whoever's yard it's retaining, whatever soil they're retaining, it belongs to the neighbor. It belongs to whoever. In this case, it belongs to the neighbor. In a minute, we're going to be on the other side of the house, and it belongs to you. In most circumstances, if it's less than 4 feet, a building code is not required. The rain gutters are below grade. We have control joints because we have brick walls. You can't have a wall this long in North Texas and not have some movement, so we have control joints. Some people call them expansion joints, call it what you will, but we're supposed to have those. But a characteristic of these is this mastic sealer allows it to move. But what does mastic sealer do? It dries and shrinks, and then it pulls away. So every couple of years you need to come out and see if it needs to be resealed. These holes are weep holes, and they're on purpose, and they are to allow moisture out. Okay, brick is very porous. This home could burn down. You could reuse the brick, build you another house. Okay, I wasn't here when we framed it, but we're supposed to have a drainage plane behind here because brick is very porous. That's a characteristic. Very durable, very low maintenance if you don't paint it. Fire resistant, good insulator, but it is porous, and so we need these weep holes. A little bit of high soil, excuse me, let's see here. Does that look level to you? That looks level to me. You see, builders, okay, not this builder, okay, but some builders, some unscrupulous scoundrels, okay, they say if it doesn't dry in 48 hours, we consider that a problem. Well, the problem with that is that's not drainage. They get grading, okay, but they don't get, they got the little retaining walls and that, they get that part okay. But drainage, some of those other builders, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. So. And they'll say, well, I'll tell you what, bargaining with you. Let's let it sit for a year and see how it looks. And I've come back on a few times for a 1-year warranty. I've come back a few times and it actually looked pretty good. But by far and large, the majority of the time, the builder hasn't addressed it and it hasn't gotten any better, and it's not going to get any better, and now you've got a problem. The whole idea about it happening today is we need our bonuses. We need our bonuses. Don't be selfish. You're just buying a house. That doesn't mean anything. We need our bonuses for closing on time, shifting this off onto the warranty company and ignoring you, and then going on our Christmas bonus to Cancun. That's what's important. West Nile disease, mosquitoes, no, that's not important. No, we don't have to worry about somebody's life. We got fish to catch. But anyway, I'm not saying that's the way it works. I was speaking figuratively. That was a scenario that I made up out of thin air and has no validation whatsoever. They wouldn't treat you like that. They just wouldn't. I mean, why would they? Coming up here, you see that pipe right up there? It's your secondary drain pipe for your air conditioning system. It's over a window on purpose. The reason why it's over a window is so that when you look out the window, you see the water coming out, you know you have a problem, and you can call the air conditioning guy. And then he's going to get on to you because you haven't been changing your air filter. He is. I need to clean out your pipes and help you out some kind of way. Moving on along. One thing that's kind of nice, even though I'm totally nonplussed about the grading and drainage over here. About the drainage over here. But our rain gutters are below grade, and when you have a narrow lot like this, rain gutters below grade, I think is a good selling point. It's a good feature to have. Okay, we got weep holes over our fenestrations because over our fenestrations we got metal plates that hold the brick up. See, these bricks are holding up those bricks. But these bricks, and when we put the metal plate in there, okay, it's called disturbing the drainage plane. And now we had to put weep holes just like we have down here. We had to put them up there. Those are called lintels. And I'm scratching from a fire ant bite between my little finger and my ring finger. Okay, well, I wasn't going to mention these little boogers, but we do have some fire ants in here. So, they didn't know. Coming over here on our garage car entry. That's loose. Where do termites live? In the ground. Oh. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. Now. Termites aren't going to show up for a couple years. Couple 4, couple 7, couple, But they will eventually. You call me up and say, "Hey, bud, there's termites in my house." I said, "Well, where the wood mulch was next to the house there?" "Yeah." "Okay. Told you so." Going along. Now we are under a covered porch. And same thing for the patio. And there's no hard fast rule on this one, but we should have in-use covers, or like a little bubble covers, so we can plug our Christmas lights in and then close them, and then the water won't get in there as it is. It will. A tree should not be closer to the structure than 25 feet so that the roots don't rob you. You're supposed to, we're on expansive clay soil here. There's some places down in Austin, because my client's in Austin. They're notorious for having poor soil up around northwest Austin, around there. But it's all of Dallas, Fort Worth, North Texas. It's just about all of us. And we are up the 75 corridor, and we've got expansive clay soil, and we're supposed to keep our foundations, okay, consistently, moist. It'd be better if it went completely dry than partially dry. It'd be better if it went completely wet than partially wet. We want consistency, because this soil will expand and contract about 3 inches between when it's completely moist, when it's completely hydrated, and when it's completely dehydrated. And if you're moving 3 inches over here and you're not moving 3 inches over there, it's going to cause a lot of stress. So for the roots and the branches. And speaking of which, I'm not a botanist or anything, so I think these are potato bushes. They're almost trees, but these look like barrier bushes. They do not look like accent bushes. But maybe if it was a larger house, where you had more grandiose. I mean, it's a beautiful, attractive entrance. I'm not saying that, but at scale, I think these bushes. And I'm not a botanist. But at scale, I think these bushes are a little overboard. We're over here on your side of the high soil. Okay, so this retaining wall is protecting the soil of yours that is retaining, and this guy's, your neighbor's, all his grass is dying. Found this shingle laying right there. I'm going to be interested to study the video of the roof covering. I hope it didn't come from your house. This house? The house I'm inspecting. So we'll just make our way over here for our grading and drainage. We got a little bit of pitch right there. Hey buddy, I didn't mean to wake you up. Go pollinate. It's kind of late to be pollinating. I bet your time's almost done, man. Sorry. You see this guy over here? This isn't you. It's next door to you. Will those mosquitoes stay on their side of the retaining wall? I doubt it. I doubt it very much. Mosquitoes? Did you say mosquitoes? I meant to say. No, I didn't. Okay. West Nile disease. Nobody's. I can't say that. Okay. Up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Looking pretty good. And kind of boring, you know. And boring is good if you got a home inspection. I haven't found too much. Let's see. I'm talking about the grading and drainage. Trees too close. Good luck with that because it's probably part of the HOA. Every house on this block has a tree too close. And then I was talking about the fire ants biting me. Rain gutters below grade. I think I'll have an opportunity to talk to this. Probably could have done it sooner, but if you look at the roof and we go on up and we look at the peak, and on the left side, our left side, you see that little bell up there? That bell vent pipe? That's a great vent pipe for a high efficiency furnace. Very good. Except that the manufacturer specified 2 different types of pipes to use in this application, and that's not one of them. So what does that mean? I don't know. And we're supposed to have a swale. And the swale takes the water down the sides. See, it goes downhill. Water's higher here and it goes down there. Got it? It's going in this direction. But where were you here? Do you hear that? 48 hours? Now the National Association of Home Builders is real big. I say big, it's their rules. So the Association of Home Builders, the American Association, the National Association of Home Builders, they said that the grass should germinate. And if your roots are rotting, your grass will not germinate. There's a spot over here. There's our lawn sprinkler weather sensor. Look at you. Okay, I'm not happy with the grading and drainage. And I'm encouraging you to pursue that because this will not go away. That will not go away. Okay, they're not going to go away. When you're selling the house later, the home inspector is going to go tell the people, hey man, your grading and drainage sucks. And you go, and then, you know, I see those looks. I go a 5-year-old house, and I go like, man, your grading and drainage. And then I get to see that hurt look on their faces and stuff. I see it all the time, man. So if the builder doesn't fix this, it doesn't mean that it just disappears.